Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Launch and Prosper podcast. It's James and Alma Curran. We run linchpinfunnels.com, a full-service funnel building agency focused on the recurring revenue framework known as Linchpin. It is less than a month until the Funnel Hacking Live 10 2025, the last dance, whatever you want to call it, the big event that we've all been looking forward to for a very long time until it happens. And we're starting to get excited about it. We still haven't bought our plane tickets and hotel. We need to do that like ASAP. Like for real. I'm sure that some of you may be in the same boat. So let's all get all that locked in so we're not, Ubering in from some other crazy part of Vegas. Anyways, we want to talk about it, because I've seen questions in groups of what's it like? There was, I was actually, believe it or not, there's a subreddit for ClickFunnels. And a couple weeks ago, someone was asking about it and is it worth it? Should you go? And okay, these are great questions. We've been to 3 now at this point. So we're going to talk about it. We want to mostly touch on, why should you go? What's it like when you're there? And what do you most look forward to doing or experiencing? What transformations are you looking forward to every time you go? Sound good?
Sounds good. And I'd like to add another question, kind of like what have you walked away with before?
Ooh, good question. I'm gonna put that in the notes here.
Yeah. While James is typing that up, I do want to talk about, most of us and people that we associate with, like you and others, we're not strangers to seminars, right? We're not, whatever seminar you've been to, just share that with us, and I'm sure we've been to similar seminars, right? We've gone to places like some of Tony Robbins' events, like Russell Brunson's events, and other events, some other big names out there.
Ad world, affiliate world,
exactly.
There's all these other big, traffic and ads, and I don't know. There's a big one that just got taken down recently. But there's a bunch of seminars that are out there, right?
There's one right now that some of our peers and clients are at, PodFest. So.
Ooh, Orlando.
Exactly.
I really considered going there because we know some people that are speaking at that one actually.
So there's so many things that are happening right now and that are going to continue to happen. I know that a lot of those things, they were shut down when COVID hit, and then people like Tony Robbins, they reinvented this new way of reaching people through Zoom and other platforms, and then other businesses started as a result of that. Other platforms picked up. So seminars, if you're in this world, you are no stranger to going to seminars. So share with us, what seminars have you gone to lately? And so FHL is coming up, right?
First of all, do you have tickets? Do you have tickets to the event? If not, you've got to get them because they do exist out there, but the supply is dwindling. They say that right up in the end, a lot of people, there's a big wave that buys right at the end, and that's when they start going really quick. So if you don't have them, go to linchpinfunnels.com/FHL and get your tickets today.
Yes. So do it because it is coming up and we are excited to go. So the question is, why go, right? Why do you go to specifically FHL?
Well, what happens if you don't go?
Why not go, right?
Yeah. What happens if you don't go? You're going to be doing what you're doing now. And maybe that's great. Maybe that's working out for you. Maybe you're so locked and loaded and you just don't need another distraction. But I got to think that even if your business is doing well, even if you think I've got this system, I've got this strategy, I'm locked in and I'm not going to get distracted from it. A reason to go is what I always find to be true. I always take away something that was unexpected. And honestly, a lot of times it's stuff I already know. It's stuff I've already heard before. When one of the most beautiful examples is one of the first ones we ever went to was this Unlock the Secrets event which is specifically for kids, back in Phoenix a couple years back. And as we were going through it, I was in this kids session and I was like, okay, great. What's a lead magnet? And then there was just the lifeblood of your business is leads, and you need to be getting leads every day. And I'm like, I'm not getting leads every day. It's like a takeaway of the most fundamental thing was just okay, what am I doing to add leads to my list every single day? So you're going to take away something amazing, and it might be something fundamental that you thought that you knew that you're not implementing. So that's a real good reason to go.
Yeah. So the fundamentals, right? And since I mentioned Tony Robbins at the beginning of this conversation, and it is a conversation. Again, if you're watching, please comment here. Let us know.
We'll put you on the screen.
This isn't about us. This is about us connecting with you. And so when I think about Tony Robbins, he has this habit of saying, complexity is the enemy of execution, right? And simplicity is power. So when you go back to those fundamentals, when you're reminded of these fundamentals, right? It's like, yes, and you see some people, honestly, for me, why I go is when I see people at FHL, when they're walking, is it day 2? When people are walking,
they might be switching it. Okay. They might be switching it up. I heard that we might be doing day 1 awards this year. So
hey, John.
What's up, John? Thanks for showing up, brother.
So so when we see these people walking on the stage, and the very first time we went, we're like, yeah, those people have been in the community for a while now. Yes, they are walking the stage. And then the second year you go and you see other people walking on the stage, people who have sat next to you, maybe.
You're like, whoa! I didn't know you were getting close to that award. What's going on? And you start getting uncomfortable, like, oh shit.
Yeah. So it really is. I didn't think I was going to do this, but when I think about another Tony Robbins quote, life is mostly. Hi, Victoria. Can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks. So Victoria's going, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Victoria's the best. She's a killer at Instagram and has an amazing story. Definitely go check out her stuff.
Yes. So it's with I just lost my train of thought. But Tony Robbins says, life is mostly a dance between pain and pleasure. So most of us, we're just kind of in the middle here, between pain and pleasure, and we're just kind of dancing around there. And when I see people walking the stage and taking these awards or speaking on the stage, and they, it's like that hurts, really. And we don't really do much unless we're in pain. So as much pleasure as we get from these events, I actually kind of expose myself to that pain too.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? So here's the vulnerability. Last year at FHL, they had these funnel builder certification awards, and like all my peers, not all, but a lot of my peers went out there and got them, and I didn't get them. I'm like, oh, God, I really got to go do those certifications. And fortunately for me, the rules changed and I do qualify. So I will be walking the stage and picking up that award this year. Really pumped about that. Also, I think we're going to walk the stage for the Prime Mover Award because we won that too. So that's going to be rad.
That is awesome.
Yeah. You and me, baby.
So
picture with Russell and Todd in the award.
Woo, Ella's coming.
Yeah, she'll be underneath it.
So it really is to go there, and why not? We have people like some people that we have met. Thank you, Victoria.
So sweet.
So sweet. So people like Victoria, people who we have met in other events and just became like brothers and sisters and family and then close friends. And, you would do anything to promote their business, and that they would do anything to promote your business. So really just getting excited to see our people. And these are our people, we don't have, we live in Asheville, North Carolina. This is a very, very, very entrepreneurial community.
Lots of local businesses. Brick and mortar mostly.
Brick and mortar. But it is brick and mortar. It is small businesses. Asheville, we always say, how do these people even stay in business? How are these people even making money? Asheville doesn't like making money because these are small businesses and they're planning on staying small, right? Or it seems like it at least. So we are kind of here. We're on our own island, coming from Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is more virtual.
There's a ton of funnel hackers in Tampa and St. Pete, man. There's a big crew, which is weird because we got into the scene after we left. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, so it's we have left our people and come here for a different entrepreneurial group, but we do feel alone here. So when we go to FHL, that we get to be with our people.
We should see if Enric and Laura Louise are going to go to FHL.
Yeah, because they're from our area. I don't know. It's Enric. Enric usually watches. He's participating.
Yeah. I'll have to bug them and make sure they go.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's really why we go, right? To experience, to be re-exposed to the pain, to feel the pleasure of meeting our people, making new connections.
And supporting people too. At the last Prime Mover event, Victoria got to go on stage and talk about her framework and give a bunch of value. And like all of her crew was screaming, in support. It's really cool to see your friends up there and scream for them. And if you don't have friends yet, then you got to go and make them, because it's the most friendly, open entrepreneur group you're going to ever encounter. Someone was asking what to expect, and I made a post, and it's really just like a bunch of hugs and high fives, and just all you have to do is say, like, I'm new. Like, actually, when you get there, you get your lanyard, and you get to put all these different flair banners on there, and one of them is rookie usually, or like first timer or something like that. So you do that, and you're probably going to get some special attention. So if you have never gone, I highly encourage you to go. It's a life-changing event. Not just because it's the last one, but because it's an amazing group, super positive, high frequency people. There are energies in this game that are a little bit more focused on cold hard cash and numbers above everything else, and this just isn't that. There's so much heart involved, and it's just a different vibe. It's literally like a spiritual experience. So that's another reason to go, is just elevate your spirituality a notch or two in a period of 4 days.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to just kind of talk for a moment about the rookie thing. So many of us are not rookie. The rookies in many areas of our life, right? So we kind of have a tendency at certain level of certain point of your life, or a certain point of your professional game, you're like, I know this, I know what I'm doing, I know people, I got people, right? And then if it's your first time going to anything, including this event, and you get that rookie, you get tagged as a rookie, you're like, it's a little bit humbling, right? It's good to kind of get humbled and be like, yeah, this is new to me. Yeah, I am new to this environment. No, I don't know anybody here. And I find that also refreshing.
It's exciting. It's like, oh man, I get to be new again. I get to like just soak it all in. And there's no better way to soak it all in than to go to this event, because you get assaulted from every single angle. All of your senses will be assaulted. There will be smells, tastes. You're going to hug, touch people. You're going to see things, hear things. It's an onslaught of overwhelmment. And that could be one of the things that we talk about, because I know for me, as someone, I can do this all day. But in an environment like that, when there's just like literally 5,000 plus people, and like people are talking to me and looking for me, and I'm looking for people, it can get overstimulating and overwhelming. So I think that's one thing that I'm going to do differently this year, is have some quiet time, just like during the day, just go back to the hotel room and just kind of close my eyes and reset everything so that I can come back stronger. Because usually by 9 o'clock at night, I'm just done. I'm a zombie. I'm like, I don't know. I think I talked to 500 people. I have some business cards. I'm not sure what happened today, but I'm tired. So let's go to bed. So I think resetting is a good idea.
Yeah, it's very important. And it's taking care of yourself, so that you can come back stronger, so that you can serve more and share more and be more pleasant and be more engaged, right? Because like when you talk about being that zombie, you do kind of like just kind of look into empty space, and you at some point there is that too much. I'm by nature, we discovered, my daughter told me that I am an extrovert. I thought I was an introvert, but I do love those loud environments. But personally, I love going out there, going nuts, and then retreating. James is more the steady thing, right? He kind of he goes and was that like the hare and the turtle and the hare,
tortoise and the hare,
yeah. Like I'm more of the hare. It's like, I go all out, and then I'm like, I gotta go to the room. And often I don't recognize the need to do that, but then I do recognize in my responses to people. So I definitely recommend honoring yourself, really knowing how you are and what you're like, and honoring that. Yeah.
So we kind of jumped into this question, but like, what's it like? What it's like is, usually you'll get there the day before. Depending on sort of which level you're at, if you're in any of the additional communities, there can be an event that you get to attend the night before. This year, it's always a surprise, so we don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be the night before. I know that the day before is going to be the Day with Dan Kennedy event, where you get to go there and kind of Q&A with him. We're going to be going to that as well. And then on the first day, it's basically like a 8:30 or 9 a.m. until 9 or 10 o'clock at night onslaught. They'll break for an hour for lunch. Do they do a dinner break? I can't even remember. Maybe an hour for dinner, and then when they do that, they're cleaning up and kind of resetting everything so that you can, come back and be refreshed. But and in between that, it is just speaker after speaker after speaker after speaker after speaker, and there's maybe 3 minutes in between each one. And so you just had your mind blown by someone, and then Devon Brown comes back on, the MC, and he's like, wasn't that amazing? This next speaker, and you're like, holy crap, I just got my mind blown. Yeah. Well, yeah, I can't miss that one, but I just got my mind blown, and I don't feel like I took all of that in. Like, oh man, I hope I got the replays, and you're like looking forward to seeing the videos when you get back, and then it's like this whole overwhelming thing. So I guess I'm saying that to say with both of the things, like just kind of expect to not catch everything, and expect it to be an information overload, a sensory overload, but a ton of value. It really is a ton of value that you get. It's kind of ridiculous that this is like $1,000 ticket. Even the UPW thing, that's like 3,000, I think. No, how much? Oh, okay. There was another one that we talked about that was 3,000. One of the Tony events.
It can be. There are different levels.
Oh, from the tiers, yeah.
But the lowest level are like, I think 700.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Still, but this is like a like any aspect of your business, whether it's social growth, organic growth, operations, joint ventures, like there's going to be a topic that's related to your online business that someone's going to be an expert at, and it's going to unlock some things that is going to, like, you have so many actionable takeaways at the end. Like it's a no-brainer, truly.
Yes, absolutely. And a couple of points I'm going to make here. One is, well, three, I guess. One, I remember when I went to my first Tony Robbins Business Mastery, and I remember a guy approaching me and say, what are you looking to take away from this event? And I said, oh, I just want to meet people and really just take it all in. I thought I was giving an intelligent answer. I said, I want to take it all in, right? And he says, that's a bullshit intention. Who pays $5,000 and take it all in, right? And I felt mocked, right? I felt like, why are you talking to me like that, right? But I did see his, what's it called?
Lanyard.
And I was like, okay, I should probably listen to this guy, right? There's something, and he had a platinum partnership, so it's like the guy knows what he's talking about. So I took that on, and it's really. He gave me more feedback, but in a nutshell, it is, you need to know why you're going, right? Set the intention for that. Really know what you want to take away from it. What are you going to bring to your family when you go home, right? Is this going to be just another one of those 4-day things that you didn't really spend with your family? Like in our case, Ella's coming with us, but we're not going to be with her. We're not going to be present with her. So is this another 4 days that are going to be just like, oh, okay, you were disconnected from your daughter. Physically, you were there, but mentally, emotionally, you were over there. And they know, the kids know. They're like, why are you not paying attention to me? And then they act out, and then you have chaos on your hands. So is this going to be another 40 days of chaos, or are you really going to take something home from this, right? Are you going to take something tangible? And that's really important. I think I would say that that's the main thing to take away from this event. Just know what you're going to take away from it. You can make it a goal, like I want to learn how to double my following on social media, right? Oh, I want to learn how to, I don't know, I want to go and find and connect with a badass designer over there, right? Whatever that is, and do that, right? Then in that case, look for everybody, ask, hey, do you know a badass designer? Are you working with one? Are you one? Right?
Yeah.
Or pay attention to the people who are talking about social media followers, and take that in. And the most important part is implement it right away. I know that Russell Brunson talks in one of the books, and he's frequently talks about this, but he uses Kalen and Brandon Poland as an example. He said what set them apart, what he believes that one of their biggest keys to success was, as soon as they were done talking, Brandon would go there in the corner and he would start implementing. So by the time he got home to his kids, they have 3 kids. I don't know how many they had at the time. By the time he gets home to his kids, he's done. Right? Business keeps going. The employees need you. Everything keeps rolling forward, and you don't have to worry about the event. You are actually implementing it. And that is something that the feedback that when I used to work for Tony Robbins, the feedback that we were getting all the time, what people loved about Tony's events, virtual events in this case, because people were just getting adjusted to the virtual environment, was that you're implementing as you're doing it. So you don't have to.
There's a workbook, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have to like go home and then start implementing, right? So this is something that I would strongly recommend you redo.
Yeah. And I think that the virtual one had it recently. Definitely the one before that. They gave you the spiral bound notebook that was totally tailored towards the program, and it was a manual on how to implement Linchpin. So like that would be a good thing. One thing that you and I can do, because I'm like kind of like chief implementer and the attractive character of the business. So I feel like for us, you should be the one writing the things down for us to implement, and then creating tasks for me and the team to do. That way, we can get more out of it. What is our intention going to be? Because we're going to have a bunch of takeaways, and if we just sit on them and just, hang out by the pool the whole time, then we're not following our own advice.
Absolutely. And we recently had a goal setting workshop at the end of 2024. So we know what our goals are for the year. So really just looking at it through that lens, hey, are this speaker, this framework, is this going to be helpful in these goals that we have for the year? And if not, then maybe I'm not suggesting that you take a break, but maybe that is a time to kind of check out,
That's
go
good.
meditate and rest, and really just strictly walk away with those things at hand, with actionable items that are going to serve those goals.
That's a great idea, because you can't implement everything the first pass.
But you won't. You just won't.
Yeah.
Right? I can tell you that our first FHL, I don't think we implemented anything.
I don't know. No, we did, because that's when we joined the Funnel Builder certification program and all that.
Okay.
That's when I started becoming a badass.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
We did. I did.
Yeah. I'm in the door. She's the pretty, like, just do this. She's the strategy. I'm the implementation for the business.
Yeah.
Love it.
And we like it that way. And finally, what I'm looking forward to personally, Tony Robbins is going to be
there. Yeah, Tony Robbins, which is an amazing thing for you, because he's been a big reason of why you're in this game to begin with. Why is that? Why is that true? Because you.
Wait, what are you insinuating?
Because you worked for the company for a long time.
Sure. Yes, I worked for him, but on the back end of that, it's really working for Tony had been a blessing in many ways. For myself, for my family, it created a lot of disruption too. So it's Tony Robbins is a beast. As you see him, you can admire him, but he also expects the same beasthood from his employees. So there is no clocking out. There is no checking out. I mean, you are Tony Robbins employee 24/7, and you're either on his mission or you're not. Nothing else could or should exist in your life, and your family can feel it. The family feels the benefits from it, and they can feel the distaste for the entire experience as well, if not done maturely and properly. And I know that for me personally, I didn't handle it the best and could have handled it better. And if I did it again, which I won't, which I never would, but if I did it again, I would definitely handle it differently. But what I did learn is that as much I appreciated his mission, I did not want to be part of his mission. I didn't want to be on his mission. I did not want to get to a certain age in my life and just be like, yeah, I was on that dude's mission. Like I think that's one of the greatest things that I got from him was the following certain passions and understanding that Tony Robbins teaches that that there are three types of leadership roles in a business, and that is the artist, which is the creator, the person who started the whole thing, the person who had the whole idea behind it. And then there is the leader, right? The manager, the leader, the person who strategizes, who makes sure that everything is being done, that we're staying on track. And then there's the entrepreneur, which is a salesperson, the marketer, the person that actually does spreads the message, right? And that is who you identify as. But what you do, what you sell, what the vehicle that you drive to serve that identity can change, right? For someone like Tony, he's had over 150 businesses so far. So it's like, he can be passionate, he can be the entrepreneur or the artist in all of them. So he's not just this event guy, he's not just this day with Destiny guy, he's not just this speaker, right? He's many things. He's also a big health advocate, and he's also a rock star husband, and he's also all of these different things. Whatever he gets his fingers into, whatever company, whatever partnership he goes into, he can play that role of the artist and the entrepreneur. He's not necessarily a great leader and a manager because he just doesn't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
He wants to hire people to do that, but it's that identity, not the thing that he's doing in life right now. So I really learned a lot from that way of being, and realized, you know what, I could sell, I don't know, fitness, I could sell funnels, I could sell, I don't know, books, I could sell any of that, as long as I am within this role. So and that's why I often speak about, I don't think we have one purpose in life. I don't think our purpose is to be a certain thing. One of my goals for this year is to publish a book. I don't think my purpose in life is to become an author, but I do believe that if I don't author or publish a book, the world is going to miss out on some gifts that I have to share, right? But that doesn't make me an author or nothing else, right? So, and if I wasn't in that environment, I wouldn't have learned that about myself, and I wouldn't be teaching that to my clients. And we wouldn't be in Russell Branson's world, most likely.
No.
Because that was a big Tony Robbins' Russell's connection to Tony was a big influence.
It was. And when you did want to branch out and do something else, me being a web developer, I was like, okay, I got you. Well, I made a WordPress site. We implemented like this funnel system. After we found Russell, we implemented this funnel system, and that was really how we got into this world. In fact, we were in the 2 Comma Club X coaching program and using Woo funnels, which now I think is Funnel Kit, in WordPress. That was like our on ramp. But yeah, I think Tony had a huge impact. Tony's also had a huge impact on our relationship, on us, on our personal development. We have all of his programs, all his books. We affectionately have called him Dad before because he's just like this sort of like big bear hug of a guy that is wise, that you respect, and that you listen to when he talks. And I'm excited for. Well, and I've never seen him in person.
You've never seen
I've never seen him in person. Alma has on a couple of occasions. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to a bunch of other people to also experience that for the first time. 5 times? Yeah. You got a picture with him too, as a coach. So yeah, he is definitely a reason to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's going to be on the last day. On that day, it's just Russell, Garrett, and Tony. So that's going to be marathon sessions, I'm sure.
Yes. So we're excited. If you're going, let us know that you're going in the chat. And we're looking forward to meeting you in person or seeing you again in person. However we know each other, we're definitely hopeful that we're going to get to see and hug and high five.
And if you
again.
want to high five us, you've got to be there. And to get there, if you don't have tickets yet, go to linchpinfunnels.com/FHL and go grab you some tickets, because the tickets are dwindling. The supply is going down. The event space is only so big. And they are definitely getting to the point where there's not as many left as there were. There have been a lot of big marketing campaigns. I don't know. I've made a post recently about it. There was some viral bomb thing where like all the speakers posted their like roundtable discussion pictures at the same time. They like took over Facebook for everyone. That was really cool. And now they're putting out these like I'm gonna be there banners. So there's a lot of viral buzz happening about the event, which means the tickets are being purchased. So you got to get yours. It's usually pretty easy to get into Las Vegas if you're in the country. If you're out of the country, you have a much tougher time. But you know, there's never a lack of resources, only a lack of resourcefulness, as Tony likes to say.
I know. We just didn't even think about Tony when we decided to talk about this topic.
No, I didn't. But he kind of takes over everything anyway. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
And this is the last FHL. We don't know. I don't know what the next thing's going to be.
I'm sure it's going to.
I have heard that there will be something else. It'll just have a different shape, and that's all that I can say about that. So it's exciting. But we're going to be in Vegas. Vegas is amazing. Also, we're going to be getting together and going to Area 15 and the Meow Wolf Omega Mart. It's one of the most amazing, immersive art and tech experiences that you can possibly imagine. So maybe we'll get a group together. We should get like a Linchpin Funnel Hackers group and just kind of all Uber over there and go at the same time. I think that'd be fun. Pick a date and time.
Yeah, with our clients and team.
Yeah, and people that we know.
Yeah, but we should definitely do it with our team. We should at least take.
Yeah, for sure. They're all going to be there. So you're right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. We should take them. We should.
Yeah.
Pay up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's do that. Cool. Oh, let's do this. Let's do a giveaway. Let's pay for someone else's ticket.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do it. This just came to me. So first you have to be watching. You have to get all the way to the end of this podcast. I'll probably publicize it somewhere else. But yeah, we should do a giveaway. I can come up with a fishbowl funnel and make that the giveaway. Hang with the Linchpin Funnels crew, get a free ticket to Area 15 and
that ticket.
Yeah. No, not FHL ticket. No, you got to be going. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Drop a comment if you think that's a good idea. All right, y'all.
Okay.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. A couple weeks we're gonna talk about FHL some more, so prepare for that. Because we don't want you to miss it. We're not going to miss it. We're going to be there. We're going to buy plane tickets and hotel ASAP to lock it in. We've had tickets for over a year now. So definitely. Yeah. All right. Love y'all. Peace.